is low and I can't get anything under it. Oh, come on. Today we are going to be installing this. Actually, this is the new exhaust. eBay finest, cheapest. Damn it. Oh. So it arrived yesterday, just before the bank holiday, which is awesome. We have 4 days to get it installed, but I hope that it won't take nearly as long. The reason why I'm changing the exhaust, because the whole thing is just tack welded together. There are no gaskets, there's nothing. It blows, it rattles. It's horrible. The worst thing, because it's like one straight thing, it creates like a massive lever that my downpipe is on V-band, so it kind of like pushes against the steering column, and yeah, it's not great. Steering feels a bit inconsistent and awkward, and I just want to move the downpipe away from the column. So yeah, that's basically two main reasons why I want to get rid of the old crappy exhaust. Like, once it's out, you'll understand why I'm doing this. So this is the back box, basically everything that, well, goes after the cat, and this is the decat. I decided to go with decat for now, simply, yeah, no reason particular. You can buy an aftermarket cat for pretty much the same price. Overall, I paid just over 300, I think it was like 310, 305 pounds for the back box section, and about 150 for the decat. This is all delivered, and it was delivered the next day. Like, literally, I ordered it the next day. It just showed up, which is awesome. And we're gonna do some unpacking. Let's see what almost 500 pounds gets us. Hopefully I can do it with just one hand. Oh yeah, by the way, the brand is, I think, the back box. Well, I'm gonna keep calling it back box. It's Japspeed, and the decat is Gravity, which, as far as I know, same stuff. Like, literally the same thing, different brands. I don't know why, but okay, that's an interesting. Oh. That's very interesting. It's just like foam. Ooh, look at this. Oh, what do we have here? Okay. Well, that's a big can. I did not expect it to be this big. This net is quite big. It's nice. It's not the lightest, definitely. And I've heard that this bang for O2 sensor in some cases can be pointing towards the ground, so yeah, in my case I don't have that third O2 sensor. Well, it's got to be somewhere, but it's not plugged into the exhaust, so no big deal. Yeah, let's have a look at the the actual resonator is quite big. Like, you can see my arm, and yeah, it's one big fella. Okay, let's unpack the decat and see what's inside. Okay. Yeah, this is basically your midsection or decat. The decat sits about here in the stock midsection. So the gaskets, well, again, I've heard that they're not the best and they will blow, but I'm just gonna install them with some paste, you know, exhaust paste. Just put a smidge around, and yeah, if it blows, it blows. I'll replace it. It can't be worse than it already is. It's quite heavy-ish. It's on the heavy side, but overall, I think it's fine. So going to the car. Literally, as I said, the exhaust is welded. Everything, like all we see here, it's like 3-piece kind of. On my car, everything is tack welded. No gaskets, no nothing. It blows like hell. It rattles. It's just horrible. That's why we're changing it today. And I hope whoever made this exhaust didn't actually weld it to the downpipe, because if they did, we will have to grind it off, which I'm not stoked about. But if they didn't, it's literally just 2 bolts and a few rubber hangers, and it will just come right out, I guess. Well, we'll see. So I think I'm gonna start with just checking up the front, see what's the situation with the downpipe and whether it's welded or not, and yeah, we can start with that. It should be relatively easy. You never know how it goes, but yeah, we don't have to fight rusty bolts or anything like that. And if it's welded, angle grinder every day. So okay, see you in a bit. Well, I decided to demonstrate and leave it for the history how bad it was. Like, you can hear, and actually you can smell, and it's pretty bad. So yeah, and you can't hear the rattle yet, but it's horrible. It's horrendous. It's so embarrassing. I know it's kind of like not your show car, but still, it's just so bad driving around with exhaust like that. So yeah, I just had to do that. Right, I hope you can see the whole situation that we currently have under here. I don't know why, but my gearbox is just all covered in oil, and everything around it is covered in oil. I did put more oil in it. I don't know what's leaking. Maybe it's the rear main of the engine. It looks like it's leaking from the main, I guess. And everything around is also covered in I don't know if it's an engine oil or transmission oil. Also, the welds on the downpipe aren't that great. Everything is, you can see, touching the power steering line. So ideally we want to move it out of the way, like so, like about here, so it doesn't rub against the power steering line, because it's like, even to the touch, it feels like it's slowly eating away the metal. So just a matter of time until it goes. Yeah, so let's try and cut this mess. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to where should I put the camera? Let's try to cut through everything. Well, I still hope that it's actually bolted, not welded. Yeah. Yeah, the build quality of this project is, well, somewhat questionable. Yeah. Oh, I can see one bolt, but it doesn't. Like, why it's blowing? Why it's blowing so bad? Look at this. Like, look at this. No gaskets, no nothing. How do you expect it to work like that? Maybe I don't understand something in this life, but okay, at least it doesn't look like it's welded. At least not at the bottom. Though everything else is... yikes. Okay, that's... I guess they just like put a bunch of exhaust paste or whatever and... well, okay. Okay. Who am I to judge people? I botched so many things myself, but... yeah. I just want to complain. Okay, so there's bolt over here. So are there just 3 bolts? There, that would be nice. Yeah, the downpipe itself, I don't see any cracks, at least from here, but the way it's welded, I don't know why it was just chopped up and re-welded. Doesn't make much sense, to be honest. That's okay. Alright. Guess it is what it is. Okay, let's take all this crap out. All this fibers now really good for your health. Okay, so there's a bolt here. I guess they're like, they gotta be like 14s. They look like 14s, but I've got no idea. Everything is so crusty. And the flange, okay, yeah, the flange itself, I don't think it's flat. That's why it's blowing, maybe. Yeah, it feels a little bit warped. I don't know which side is warped. I guess it's the downpipe. You know what? We don't have many options, so yeah, I'm just gonna send it. See how it goes. Oh man, on that side, it's like everything is covered in oil. Like, it's so greasy. Oh well. No, it's not a 14. Okay, then probably it's some random hardware that is, I guess, 13. Oh, I hate when they do it. Okay. Yeah, it's 13. Okay, okay, which way should I? Okay, that's moving, I suppose. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna spray it in WD just to make it, well, less crusty. Okay, whoever put this car together, thank you so very much for not welding the downpipe to the whole exhaust. Like, thank you. You're a wonderful person. I love you. Really. Great job. Yeah, so basically there are just 3 bolts that holding everything together, and now the exhaust is hanging on the hangers, and just need to go to the other side of the car, take it off, and it will be out, I hope. Nice and easy. There's not much room under here, but as I said, the person who didn't weld it, thank you. Thank you so much for being a reasonable human being. Thanks. Oh yeah, by the way, while I was here I found that I think the leak, the oil leak at least, is coming from, I think it's just like from the sump, I guess. Still need to go to the other side and inspect it properly. Another discovery that I made while lying under the car. I don't know if you can see, probably you can't see it, but there are two coolant hoses that go to the heater core, and one of them is leaking. Yeah, we can see all this like orange stuff. Actually, well, I don't know if the camera will pick up, but you can see like there's a bit of orange. That's my coolant. More awesome discoveries. And it's out. I bet you guys have never seen such a level of craftsmanship. Like, look at this. Look at these welds. It's just a state of art, I think. Wouldn't you agree? Like, look at this. Actually, this might have been... this is an interesting one. Let me... no, it's actually quite thick, so... Yeah, at first glance I thought maybe it's like a spacer for the actual downpipe, but I don't think it is. Like, you can see where the factory one was. It's interesting. Maybe it was a spacer. Okay, I guess we'll figure it out once we get it all in, roughly. But yeah, just have a look at this. That's where your auto sensor was supposed to be, and apparently just a hole. Yeah, perfect. Even the tip is welded. That's just amazing. Look at this beauty. I reckon I could sell it on Facebook Marketplace for like 500-ish bespoke exhaust. Before we put everything together, I want to clean that flange from the downpipe and try to kind of like move it away. I've never replaced the entire exhaust with a B-band, so I don't know what would be the best or the right way to start. So should I start with a back box and then work my way to the downpipe, or should I start with a downpipe decat back box? I think I probably will start with the decat midsection bed box. This way I don't know what I'm gonna do this way, I think it makes more sense, at least for me. But yeah, before we do this, I want to loosen the V-band. I want to clean the V-band as well. Let's get under the bonnet. Oh, it's heavy. It's very heavy. Another thing that I'd love to replace is this bonnet. Oh my goodness, I cannot do it with one hand. It's the only car that I cannot lift. I mean, I can do it with one hand, but I'm trying to put the stick in. Whew. Okay, so I think this hose, this one, yeah, it's leaking. You can see. It's fantastic. That's just amazing. I think it's because the clamp is sitting past the groove, and it just, yeah, it's all wet around there. Yeah, so is it still hot? No, it's alright. So I'm gonna loosen the downpipe. Maybe I'm even take it off and clean it up. So the surfaces are just aligning a little bit better, and I'm gonna put a smidge of that exhaust paste simply because there is no gasket between the V-bands. I know that it's not necessary, but with this car, with the quality of the V-bands and literally everything, I don't think it's gonna hurt. But probably it's not gonna do much sealing either. Anyways, we're here to try to see and experiment. Okay, so loosening the downpipe, and then we can clean it up and start putting the new one in. We'll be back in a sec. Well, I decided to take it out, clean it up, and yeah, figure out what's going on with this mess. Like, seriously, do you just like loop the wire around and hope for the best, like it's already melted, like next to downpipe? Seriously? You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, even that fly is not happy. Okay, let's take it out, clean it up, and put it back on. Taking my words back about the sensibility of the person who decided to weld it all up. Let me explain. So I spent like the last 40 minutes trying to get this flange off the old exhaust that I chopped up, and the reason why, as you can see, and it might be an issue, still might be an issue, but as you can see, this type of flange is designed for ring gaskets, and the gasket that I have is just like your standard flat one piece, and this one sits in quite nicely inside. So I don't know if I need this extra spacer, or I can just mount it as is, but I know for sure that if I'm just gonna put that gasket, it's gonna leak, and it will leak regardless, I guess. I mean, no, it won't leak if I put the right ring type gaskets, but for now I think I'm gonna put the downpipe back on, and I think instead of going downpipe, decat, midsection, back box, I will join them in the middle. This way I'll know for sure if I need to use this spacer or not. Yeah, that's basically the last 40 minutes. I was trying to grind it off carefully without damaging the surface. Well, it's not flat. Ideally I'd machine it, but yeah, I can't be bothered with this car. It's relatively flattish, I guess. With some paste and gasket it will seal, but this one, yeah, probably I'll need to order gaskets. But again, once it's on the car, this is the only place where it will blow, unlike the old one where it's like 500 little holes and just little blows everywhere. So even if it's blowing, I'm just gonna order the right size gaskets, and I think it will be good enough and won't leak or blow or anything. Yeah, so I'm just gonna trying to figure out what to do with this mess. It's kind of interesting solution. At least the wires are not damaged, so I'm thinking I'll just gonna untangle it and probably put some kind of heat shield on it later. But anyway, I'm just gonna put it out of the way in the engine bay, and yeah, this is just a recipe for a disaster. Okay, Yeah, I'm not gonna show you the whole thingy. It's kind of boring. I didn't film how I was grinding for 40 minutes. It's just nobody wants to watch it. I wouldn't want to watch it myself. So once it's on and I'll start putting the exhaust together, I'll be filming that. So see you in a sec. Che is the new cameraman for today. And the exhaust is in with a little bit of help with Che. We can hear it roar.
Rawr.
Roar.
Hear it without 50 bazillion blows.
You ready?
We're ready. Definitely sounds different.
A little bit smoky.
Yep.
Cold start, that's fine.
Yeah, we're playing on a cold start. It's just not running rich at all, is it?
I don't know. I just call it a cold start.
Mate, if you stand here right in front of the
How
exhaust,
the smoke show?
you sure it's not diesel?
Right now I'm not sure about anything.
It just smells of pure fuel when
Yeah.
you stand directly behind it.
It's very disappointingly quiet.
Let it get warm.
Oh, we can take it.
Let it bed in. Let it get warm.
Yeah, we can take it for a drive.
But it sounds a bit more like deeper. It's got a bit more of a deeper burble to it than before. Because before I couldn't really hear much.
I couldn't hear the exhaust behind all the blows.
No, that's what she said.
Now it's kind of like. Yeah, but strangely enough, people say it's like loud, very loud. I don't.
What,
think
your
so.
car?
No. This particular exhaust, like the eBay special, Japspeed.
What sort of people have IS200s though? Are we talking about old men with like leather driving gloves?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not loud. Like, it's a normal car. Why you keep smiling?
Don't know. There's just so many jokes I could probably think of with an IS200.
Don't think. Let's take it for a drive.
Yeah, let's take it for a drive.
Actually, I'm kind of hungry. I need to eat something. Like literally anything.
It's so pretty.
I can hear your jokes in your brain.
I am going to push the button.
I just cannot finish this video with a blowing exhaust. It's kind of pointless changing one blowing exhaust to another. So that's why I'm filming, the intro for this, the outro for this video a week later. I've been waiting for these little guys. This is the OEM gaskets that go between the downpipe or manifold collector on the stock car and the cat or decat pipe. So as you can see, they're circular and the pot number is here. So if you want to make sure that it's not leaking and you've got only that one piece gasket from Japspeed, Gravity, wherever brand you bought it from, this is the way to go. I've read that there are some uprated gaskets that also one piece, but they kind of like solve the issue. I don't know, maybe it's the case, but I decided to go with the OEM ones simply because they're thicker, they should seal better, and yeah, I think in the end they were like 10-12 pounds delivered. Not that expensive. I mean, for 2 gaskets, yes, maybe it's a bit expensive, but you can find them cheaper on auto parts or something like that, but the wait time is like 2 weeks, and I'm not waiting for 2 weeks. 1 week was, I didn't wait these for 1 week, to be honest. It was more like 3-ish days, but I spent quite a time just trying to find the right ones, because the first one that I bought were bigger, and yeah, I had to reorder it again, so that's why it took a week. But yeah, overall it's a very straightforward job. I'm just gonna go under the car, disconnect the downpipe from the cat, put the gaskets in, tighten them all up. I want to put the heat wrap around the downpipe here, so, and all the way down, so it doesn't generate a lot of heat around the steering rack, and here on top. And yeah, we're good to go. Hopefully you can hear this little baby purr, roar, more like a roar, I hope. Well, you'll hear it in a second. Whew, it's done. The longest thing that took me is to wrap everything. I didn't wrap it all the way around, so I did the lower side, lower end and the top. And I can see that I forgot to cut the zip tie. I'll probably all melt off. Damn it. It would have been much easier to do when the whole thing was off the car, but not with me. Anyways, I decided not to run this spacer. Everything bolts up quite nicely without it. As you can see, this side was where the gasket, the gasket with the one that came with the exhaust, and as you can see, there's no marks of it leaking or anything like that. But on the other side is where the ring gaskets were supposed to go. You can see everything around it is black, so this is where it was leaking. Hopefully, well, I left the Japspeed gasket in there and installed the ring gaskets just on top. I put a smidge of exhaust paste, just like a very thin layer, so it's kind of like sticks a little bit better. And that's it. We can start it for the first time. Well, for the first time without any exhaust leaks. And yeah, I'll show you the cold start and a hot start, which I'm curious myself how it's gonna sound. So here goes nothing. And now the hot start. So yeah, this is how it sounds. Much better than it used to be. Much quieter, and it's got a nice tone to it. Nothing super crazy, but definitely much nicer. And yeah, thanks for watching, and hope you like it. In the next one, we will be unpacking and installing this little guy, which I received just a few days ago. And I'll explain what it is, what it does, and if it's worth your money. See you in the next one.